I don't even remember buying this. This is like a brand new day. Look how cute. It says $1. It's little pieces of short wood that someone has bound it together, and it looks like little books. It's adorable. It was $1, and I do remember finding this at the home place, and it would have been half price, so that's 50 cents. And that's, I'm gonna use that on the tree. That's just cuter than I can stand. I'm not sure why, but I felt like I needed more Christmas scarf type things. I think when I picked these up, they were $1, but it was half price day at that store, so it made them 50 cents. These had really good Christmas colors in it, and I was thinking it might be cute to do in some kind of Christmas display around a gnome's neck or something. I don't know. But for 50 cents, I thought it was really good Christmas colors. And same with that. That's nice gray. This actually looks to me as if it could be one of the guys could wear this. But I'm seeing a little bit of stains on that I didn't see before. Okay, well then, do you know what that does? That gives me carte blanche. Is that the term? Freedom to cut it right up with no feelings of guilt whatsoever. The gentleman at the counter, I said, you know, these don't have a price on them. And he said, it's okay. And he just went on through and he typed something in the cash register, and he didn't tell me what price that he did use. And that was the day the lady behind me in line, it was a old white-haired lady that had some earbuds in, and she was listening to some kind of funky music because she was really getting into it. And she was talking to me and distracting, so I don't know what I paid for these, but it's 2 legs of some kind of furniture, because you still see the little screw here, which I don't know what I paid for them or what I'll use them for. I was going to make my decision whether I wanted them based on how much he was going to charge me, but it's a mystery. It's a mystery. I do know they went home with me. This is a very cute metal with the round things. And this is the type of rod that I've been using in several places. Why does it have 3 finials? Think about this. It's a curtain rod with a left end and a right end. But there's 2 finials here and 1 finial on. I don't know. I've got a bonus finial. Well, and you've probably already been seeing these. Oh, it was those 2 curtain rods were $3, but half price $1.50. These I paid $1.98 each, but they are fantastic solid wood with a nice good round finial. Why does that make me want to say Phineas and Ferb? My 90s children watched that. Okay, this is just it says from Goodfellow. That's a good company. Just a nice boggin, because when we do something outdoors, nobody can find their boggins. Nobody feels like they've ever had a pair of gloves in their entire life. So that's why I try to kind of pick up stuff. That would have been 50 cents at the home place. When I find basic things like that, I'm just like, let me just get it. It's clean, it's brand new looking, and I guarantee you somebody will be like, where's my boggin? And it's like they've never had a boggin in their life. And they probably never kept up with it in their life. Now these shoes, I thought, were handsome. They are Born brand, and I didn't know which of my guys might be able to wear them. But I thought surely somebody could wear them. But guess what? My big boys rejected them. I haven't had Ben try them on yet. I think I paid $7. Yeah, $6.99 for these. And I just thought they were good leather Born shoes. Who knows the mysterious ways of young men's fashion sense? I don't know, but they were rejected. There was also a pair of olive green Puma. Is that how you pronounce that? Puma athletic shoes. Brand new looking, and I did pay $12 because I just knew Joel would love those. And he did like the looks of them, but he tried them on and he said the soles feel like they're not as flexible as my Nikes. So he rejected them. So Ben's wearing them, you know. So there's so many of, you know, I've got 2 of my own sons. I've got 3 son-in-laws, and my husband. Somebody can wear, when I find really good men's shoes, if it's around the 10, 11, 11 and a half, you know, in that range, I just get them. If I feel like they're a good deal, I just get them. Okay, this would have been half of 4, so I did pay 2. Don't care about the bow. Ugh. And I don't care about that. That might be harder to get it off. But I love the way that the top is wrapped. Not all of these little straw brooms, which doesn't smell like it ever did have cinnamon scent on it, but you know, you could put cinnamon oil or something on it if you wanted it to. I just liked it because it looked primitive. Just pretend that none of that nonsense is on there, and it just looks like a nice little primitive broom, which is what I intended, what I wanted it for. Okay, my gnomes need a structure. They need a base. Amazon Hope front store had these tins for 28 cents each. See that shape? That's going to be really good. This must have just been, I don't know if it was a popcorn tin that lost its lid, but it doesn't have a lid. And I'll just put fabric over this, use it this side up, and I'll put the branches over it and the gnome hat on it and the nose, and that's perfect. That's perfect for that. 28 cents. That's just practically free. Practically free. And the same thing with these, 28 cents. And it can be used in either direction. And this had a lid as well, but it got separated from its lid. I'll find it somewhere. 28 cents. And those will make great gnomes, or you can cover it with some kind of cute fabric, and it can be a pedestal for a tree, or there's just all kinds of things. All kinds of things. Oh, I bet this is loud as a trumpet or Jamaican kettle drums. Let me be more careful. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this. This was also in the Amazon Hope warehouse, and I paid $6.98, no further discount. Has a terribly ugly thing glued in right there. That must have come along about 1979, but it's throwing the vibe off of the 1950 something very cute little thing here, so I'll probably do away with that because I don't like it. It's not a good one. But you see, when they're very flat and square this way, they stack nicely. Now this does have the handle on top, and it would be harder to stack, but it also would be ideal for lots of little, you could stand one of, oh, this is what I should do. Should put a little Christmas tree in it with other little things spilling out. Yes, that's what I'll do. I knew it would come to me. I mean, when I find stuff like this, I just feel very confident that there will be a plan. There will be something very cute that can happen. Okay, evidently, I'm a believer in no cutting board left behind if it's only $1.99. It's got a lot of cut marks on it, which I kind of find charming. I think that's cute. But even if I didn't want to use it as a cutting board, it can be sanded down and used for something else. And, you know, this says toffee. This says, who? I paid 79 cents for it, evidently. Riley's Toffee. Riley Brothers. Halifax. Where's Halifax? Is that in the UK? Made in England by Riley Brothers. Halifax. Yes, I was right. It is British. And I did get the top. Oh, that was a terrible nails on the chalkboard sound. I did get the top off of it to see if there was anything interesting on the inside. But it's just old and has, well, he's got a red coat on. He must be, started to say it's George Washington, but it wouldn't be George Washington if he's wearing a red coat and if this was made in England. So I don't know any names of any British soldiers. I just know the American ones. $4.98, and I love the big ones. I can't tell if these are plastic or glass. I'm thinking they're probably plastic if I haven't already broken them. But this color, this coppery, bronzy, brassy, bronzy looking color, looks really good on my woodland theme tree. And there's a few with patterns mixed in, but I really like to use that brownish color with my woodland theme stuff. I've got a lot of ornaments that are, you know, little woodland animals and pine cones and cinnamon sticks and the grapevine, little skinny willowy looking grapevine garlands, those kinds of things. I'm getting excited now. I'm too tired about this second, but very soon I've got to get my stuff down from the attic. It's time. This was $1.98. It's sort of old, sort of not old. Maybe, I don't know what year it might be. Maybe 1975. But I like the subject matter. I'm not sure if it will stay with me in this house or if it will go to the Royal Rooster. $1.98, and it was big. Were these big? No. Try to say those might have been half price, but they're not. Everything that was big was half price. So I paid $1 for this. And comment in the comment box if you have a great idea for that. I wouldn't have to keep that on there, but it looks pretty folk primitive to me, and I'm not against that. That's okay. It's okay. It's grayish blue, which to me, I feel like this is a product of the 1980s when blue stuff was really popular. That was the decade that I got married, and everybody had country blue with ducks. This $3.98 for a copper kettle. Adorable. So cute. Got some copper mugs that this could be with, or it could stand alone. Won't that be cute with Christmas greenery in that? Oh, so cute. Okay. Now, I paid 98 cents for this, and it may not no more be worth 98 cents than the man in the moon. I don't really know if it's worth it, but it says Fred's, and it has the appearance of the 1980s in it. It may be dry rotted. No, it isn't. Well, fluffed out, it might be useful. I don't know. Even if I use it for a craft, it's thicker than the Dollar Trees at the Dollar Tree. The $1 Christmas trees available at the Dollar Tree store. You know what I'm trying to say. But that sounded redundant. Okay. So there that is. And you know, crafters pick up things that have potential. Crafters pick up things that are good for the parts. If you feel like it's useful to be taken apart and used in some kind of way, then that the crafter, my eyeballs don't see a cute thing that I can just take home and use right there. My eyes see, oh, that would be the perfect part of the so-and-so project that I saw and that I would love to do. You know, that's the way my brain's working when I'm at the thrift store. This was a 50-cent scarf. Not sure why somebody tied little knots in it. I don't know. Some of this may just be cut up for fabric. That one, really pretty texture to it. And it has some actual souvenir dry oak leaves, dry brown oak leaves on it. So I'm going to put it over here to be washed immediately. It's just oak leaves, but I'm going to wash it anyway. And look at this. This would be fun to actually wear. It's got browns and pinks and turquoises and some pale buttery yellow in there, and in the winter, when I'm outside, I really love to have something around my neck. It makes a big difference in keeping you warm. And sometimes I can get by with not having an actual heavy coat. If I just have a light cardigan and a scarf around my neck, I'm good to go. If it's a situation where I'm just going, you know, like from the car to a store, from the car into church, from the car into a house, you know. Now, if you're going to stand outside, you're going to have to bundle up better than that. Now, what did I pay for this? It was $3.98 and it was red, so I think that might have been, it was some kind of % off. And I realize it looks crazy. It's Chico's. And I have a specific task for this little thing in mind. I've got a jumpsuit. It's palazzo, wide-legged, full-length, and it's sleeveless, but it's made of the stuff that's like the travel material that you could literally wad it up in a wad and put it in your suitcase, and then when you pull it out, no wrinkles. It's just perfect, you know. It's very comfy, very suitable for all kinds of things where you need to look a little nicer, but you want to be super comfortable. That's my new goal in fashion. I'm telling y'all, I'm not kidding. My goal is to find things that are comfortable, but they look okay. They look nice. I want to look nice, but more importantly, I want to feel comfortable. I can't take things binding on me. I have too much that hurts already. I can't have clothes hurting. I can't. I used to go around with clothes hurt me, like, you know, blue jeans that did not have any give in the waist, choking your goozle. I'm not doing that. I'm not, your lower goozle. Upper goozle, lower goozle. Is that a word anybody uses besides me? Is that an Alabama word? Most of the crazy words I use can be attributed to my mother, or maybe one of my aunts. Jan. I don't know. I'm just calling you out because I don't know. I feel like I've learned some special words from you. I probably have. All my aunts, all my kin. All right, $1.98, and I think it was half of that. But it's good Christmas colors, and it's got a pretty little handle. Probably not terribly rare, but I liked it, and I will use it at Christmas. And you know, my granddaughters and the grandsons, all the babies, they love carrying around my baskets that have a handle. It's like it's their purpose in life. These, I think I got 2 bags of these. These were half price, so they were half of $3 from Dollar General lots of days ago. I'll have to schmooze those into the autumn decor, which is sitting neatly in boxes waiting to go up. There, that's cute. That was half price as well. Half of $1, 50 cents. I guess it was okay. Joel was helping me bring stuff in this afternoon. He said, "What is in this bag?" I said, "It's a sausage grinder." He said, "Are you actually going to grind some sausage?" I said, I could, I could, but for $4.98, for $4.98, I'm going to clamp this onto a side of a shelf or something, but in all its rusty, crusty goodness, with the wooden handle on it, and it's perfectly functional, there it is. Now, I've seen these in other people's farmhouse kitchen areas, and I'm going to incorporate this into my world some kind of way. And you know, maybe I never will grind any sausage, but I sure will have a sausage grinder that will look cute, as if I could grind up some sausage if I wanted to. Never will. What was this for $1? It's open so that you can put the candle, and it's got plenty of holes to let the heat out, or just a flicker candle. This is another thing I'll have to put with my fall decor. Okay, I was shopping at the Goodwill in Boaz, and I saw this item, and I quickly took a picture of it and sent it to my sister Lisa, because she is my guru. She is my #1 source of knowing whether something is valuable or not. So I said, "Lisa, is this Fiesta?" It doesn't say Fiesta, but it kind of looks Fiesta. It's got a Fiesta look to it. $4.99. So she looks it up and she says, yes, it's Fiesta. Yes, it's valuable. Get that thing. So I did. And she said, I'll list it for you on eBay, because she does a lot of eBay stuff and I really hate listing. I hate shipping. I said, here's the deal. I got some other stuff too that is more suited to an eBay kind of situation. I said, let's split the profit. If I find it and I buy it, if you list it and you ship it, that's just even Steven right down the middle. I said, is that a deal? And she said, that's a deal. So that's what we're going to do with a few things. But I said it was perfect, but there is a little teeny tiny chip on it. Oh, for the love. Oh, well. Well, we did see one listed for $49 that said has a chip. I thought this was perfect. I didn't see it. I didn't see that chip. It's kind of on the underside of that rim on the back. Oh, forevermore. That's okay. I think I paid 98 cents for that. Oh, it's missing a handle. Yeah, I knew that. I just decided I would take that handle off to make it even. And I like keeping toys in these. I like keeping bathroom items like washcloths or a few rolls of toilet paper. I like doing that. Okay, how's everybody holding up? Have you come down with a migraine from the rattling plastic yet? Are you fatigued? Do you need to take a nap? Do you need refreshments? Do you need prayer? Is anybody suffering from this long video? However, at this point, maybe I've divided it up and you're watching part 2. So I still care about you though. I still care about whether it's been a hard life. Okay, $2.99. I love it. I think I will put that in my booth. I don't have anything, a place for anything exactly like that. $3.99, and it's wooden. And it's been hand painted. Dang it, I want this in my rose room. I can't keep everything, but I like everything. $1.99. And, oh, here's the, I knew I'd come across it. Here's the missing popcorn tin. And these little daisy ones, 99 cents each. Okay. The day that I bought all this, no, the second day after I bought most of this, I opened my trunk to try to fit it in, and I said, oh, I'm pulling a Tracy. Tracy, you can stuff more things into a vehicle than I have ever seen in my life. And I snapped a picture and sent it to her, texted it to her and said, look at me. I'm pulling a Tracy. I'm looking like you do. Packing more into a vehicle than you would ever imagine. Oh, how exciting. This was marked $6, but it was half price day. Look at the hours and hours and hours of work of the perfect little stitches in this thing. It would have been a shame not to bring that home for $3. And I like to have, I've got another one that's very similar to this. That's the black borders with the multicolor brights on the inside. And I gave Tracy the one that had the neon pink stuff in it because she's got some bright pink stuff that looks really good. It would look really good with it. I'm going to use these at Christmas time because they just look like candy or toys or something to me. But you know, you could also have them out for just winter after Christmas. All right. Now, I paid high dollar for this, and I'm not sure why I did. Oh, I know why I did. It was $12, but it was half price day, so I paid $6. But it has the TJ Maxx tags on it, and it's a really soft looking sweater material. I used to never wear any kind of leopard or cheetah print, but then, what, about a year ago, a full year ago, I found the cutest little pair of little Sperry leopard tennis shoes. Are they Sperry? I don't know, I got them at TJ Maxx anyway. And I paid full price for those, excuse me. I was with Olivia that day, and I said, I really love those, but they're $24. And I started to walk off. She's like, Mother, if you really love them, you can buy stuff at normal price in a normal store occasionally. It would not kill you. And I was like, you know, I do like those, and I think I would enjoy them. I have worn the hound out of those, and it has given me a perfect excuse to pick up a few other little leopard things to go to go with. Okay, now you remember I said I wanted tartan fabric to go in the back of my china cabinet. Ended up using a version of a buffalo plaid instead because I couldn't find fabric that was appropriate. But I did find, now this is utterly and absolutely ridiculous, but you better believe I'm actually going to wear, it's from Rich, how do you say it? Rich, R-I-C-H, Birmingham. I mean, they could have had them in other parts of the South as well. But a department store along the lines of Belk, or you remember Pizitz? I used to work for Pizitz when I was in high school. Okay, this is adorable. And you better believe I'll be wearing this thing. It's full length. It's adorable. It's a tartan, kind of feels like a London fog kind of jacket, you know. This is one of those things that I know I'll wear crazy clothes, and I just, you'd think I wouldn't want to call attention to myself in a bad way. And maybe it's not going to be a bad way. Maybe it'll just be a fun way. But I feel so happy. It's so fun to me to wear crazy things, unique things, special things. I don't know, just things that not everybody else wears. There's probably a name for that, and it's probably not a good name. I don't know. But I love it. And you better betcha, you better believe I'm wearing that this Christmas season. I've never had Christmas Village in my home where you put the snow and the lights and you do all the things. I've never done that, but I keep seeing people do very cute things. Can you see that this has, it was 3, but it would be half of that because it was from the Home Place store. Has little teeny tiny slots in the windows. I think this would be very cute in a display with some little fairy lights, you know, wound up in there, and then you can hide the little battery box behind. I really think it's precious, and I like it just like it is. I don't want to paint over it, but I did find, I wonder where they are. They're somewhere. Okay, I've only got 2 bags left. We've almost made it to the end of this massive, goodness gracious, how long has this, just this segment has been going? 41 minutes. Mercy, mercy, mercy. I'll definitely have to divide this into 2. This was $4.99. And it's truly brass. And it truly needs to be tightened right there with that little knob. But I've been wanting it for my Grandma Moses' room to put on the desk there, which has turned out to be a very small place to do crafts. I guess I'm a messy crafter, or a crafter that really requires a lot of elbow room, because I haven't been doing as much crafting in there as I thought I would, because I like to spread out and like to do big things like the greenery gnomes. I had to have my dining room table. I had to have a big space to do it. So, honestly, I like to be around my family. I complain a little bit, but it's just to be blowing hot air. I really don't care if my family's all around me. In fact, I miss them if I'm too separated. So, okay. Bunt for $1.99. Super cute copper. Don't know that I've ever seen a copper colored bunt, but there you go. I mean, I've seen copper colored molds of all kinds, but this one actually has the little metal hanger on it. Oh, it's really stuck in the down position, but I can pry it up with a little screwdriver or something. But I like that, not to turn into a pumpkin, but just as is. And I did find more very cute. These are very old-timey little aluminum ones, And this was a set that had all the shapes. All the shapes. Spade, diamond, star, club, heart. I guess a star is not a playing card. And there's a little Santa. Is that a Santa? Anyway, they say 99 cents on it, but I feel like I paid less than that each. Not sure. Goodwill, $2.99. Okay, these are colors that I do not appreciate. Not that it's terrible, but it's kind of terrible to me though, because it just doesn't feel like it goes with my sensibilities. But what it had going for it was the fact that it was $2.99. It has the little holes where light can shine through, and it did include the light with a little rolling switch on it, and I appreciated that. I like that. I like to be able to plug things in and not have to go around with batteries and turn them on and off. And I don't even like to have to use a remote to turn my batteries on and off. I've got some remote batteries. I'm still too distracted to even do that. I ended up just burning through the batteries anyway, even though I have a remote. So what I'm going to do with this one is paint it over, and I'll paint it all black. Then I'll paint it all white, and then I'll distress around on it, and it will be cute. I'm not sure what I paid for that. I think $1.99 is what scarves are there. I'm going to have to cool it on the scarves. I got enough scarves. I really got enough. See, but they're so good. I find so many good ones. Hey, this is that deep red, sun-dried tomato off red, rich red that might be good as an accent in my bedroom once I get all the Christmas decor going in that last bag. Paid. What'd I pay? Half of $1? Yep. It's just plastic, holly berries, but look, it's a ring. So I thought this would be a cute building accent, and making those gnomes, I kept ending up with little small sprigs that were sticking out in a weird way, and I had to snap them off to take from the overall project. So some of those little small sprigs of cypress, cedar, evergreen would look very cute added to that. You can always use things like this that are a good basic start and add live greenery to it, and you would be amazed how that ups the high-end look of it. All right, what else do I have? Oh, baby boggins. Well, that may not be a baby boggin. That's a for real adult boggin, but this is a baby boggin. Is that not sweet? My twin grandsons are, well, you know, their daddy's 6'4", even though their mama, my daughter, is only 5 feet tall. But those boys look about 2 years older than they are. They're almost 3. They could pass for 4 in their body size. No kidding. No kidding. All right, here are some more of these little things that didn't have their own lights that came with them, but they would have been $1.50. And they're, all right, I really liked the shape of these pine cones, and they had some really good little cranberry looking things in there. And it was $1.50 for the bag, and another 75 cents for that tin, and it did have the lid. So I think I've got all the things I need to make enough more gnomes to take to my booth and to keep and to do whatever I want to do with. $3 works. I paid $1.50. I already have a string of Santa lights that when I bought them at the thrift store a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, it said does not work. And I said, I don't care if it doesn't work. And I was thinking, do you not realize you can pull the plastic globes? They're little Santa people. I'll have to put a pop-up image. You can just pull the plastic globes off of the set of strings that does not work and put a fresh string of lights that does work. But this one says works. And I like to drape a vintagey looking string like that just in a display some kind of way. That just seems fun to me. I've never seen a red candle the green bulb. I paid 50 cents just because I've never seen one like that. And I probably will not use it as the mini lamp. But look, this one I've got plenty of these. I'm gonna make a few to go in my booth because I feel like I've got it covered for my personal use. I've got several that I can do this with. So this one has the rolling switch, which I like the rolling switch. Oh, it was how much? $1. Paid 50 cents for that. It's almost a crime not to get these things if they're so little. Is that said every hoarder who ever lived? Okay. Oh, look. It's a mitten and a little ornament. All right, I'm going to have a lot of fun with my cookie cutters. Now this ended up being 50 cents, I do believe. Yep. And I don't love this bear, but it's coming off. So I'm going to take him on off because I don't care for him. He looks kind of like 1982, but not the best at 1982 you ever saw. I'm going to take some of this off. Maybe the bows are, it's jacked up anyway. Okay. So, oh, now he's the headless bear. But you see what I'm saying. This is a very cute bag for 50 cents. A burlap bag that's something very adorable can be put into as part. You know, I'll probably put something in it and put it under my tree. I could actually wrap a gift in it. It could be a gift bag. Okay, counting down. We're almost there. You've almost made it. You've almost endured. Okay, I paid how much? Okay, why did I pay $5? Oh, I would have paid half of $5. Why did I pay $2.50 for this? I don't know. What? Okay, there is a snowman with a bodacious booty on there. Okay. You know, you can't see every angle of everything in these bags, and they're all stapled up because they don't want you, you know, mixing up the things. Sparkly, sort of cute, not cute. There must have been something in here that I was intrigued. It's an angel with male pattern baldness. Well, that's adorable. I'm still waiting for the thing that you know, those are not too hard to find. I'm still waiting for the thing that made me think I had to buy this bag. Well, maybe it was that before I found the plain one, because that is pretty cute. A wooden ornament. It's got an eye for a string. Maybe that was the reason, but still, $2.50. I don't know. Oh, that's cute. I don't like the flowers nor the egg. Oh, that's a honking egg to be for a bird that would fit in there. That is not realistic proportions. That's pretty cute. Maybe it was this that I thought I had to have. No. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is what I had to have. Because I knew if I had these to go by, that I could make some more to go with. Oh, aren't those not so sweet? They're actually, I mean, you could put a finger down in there. It looks like somebody might have done some gluing. But that's the sweetest. And I know how to do that stitch around the edges. This is a perfect project for sitting on the couch with my little task light over me and my quilt and my pillow and my little beverage out of my little Ozark tumbler while the guys watch football games and TV and shows that are a lot like science fiction and war. They stress me out just a little bit, so I like to have an alternate activity going on. This is why I bought, but I would like to actually copy that and make more just like it. Why? Why would I do that? I don't know. Because I've told you before, I feel like Laura Ingalls when I do hand sewing. These are just some little wood chips that I may or may not. That's pretty cute. Might use it just like that. Not as cute as something I might do. They're fine. But, you know, that's what I've paid. I would have paid $2.50 just for that. That's adorable. That's cute. Okay. Last item for real. And everybody can be free of me. Okay, what did I pay? Half of $5. $2.50 for this. What is this brand? It's a lunchbox, I guess. Sugar Booger. What a cute name. Look at the little mermaids on it. So cute. It's a little backpack. I thought Margaret Ann and Claire actually needed to have this little bag. And I also thought that, you know, when we go places and we try to keep up with our babies, this could be, I could make it to where it attaches across the front as well, and we could put a little sweet little handle that says, I love you and I don't want anybody to steal you, beautiful child. It could be one of those, otherwise known as a child leash. You know, Joel Tanner was my child that I don't care if people did say harsh things about me or to me. If I had not had Joel on a leash some of the time, he would have leaped off cliffs. He would have gone into the street. He was just full blast all the time. He had no medium speed. He was either completely asleep or he was running fast. For a good long part of his little life, he was that way. And I just leashed that boy up because I love him. And I did not wish for him to be damaged or stolen. Woo! Okay. Congratulations, you've survived. Give yourself a great big pat on the back. Give yourself all the bonus points for having survived the marathon thrift haul. Now, I'll have to go take a nap because this was an extremely long thrift haul. And then I will get right at it, sorting my things out and putting them to use because I got so many good plans. And after I rest a while, I'm sure my guys would love it if I cooked supper, but you know what I'll probably do? I'll probably craft and they can just heat up some soup or something. They're all adults. It'll be fine. I love y'all. I will talk to you later and hopefully soon have a few more Christmas project videos ready for you to see.